about the Travis Scott concert? What do you think about it?
To be truthfully honest, I think it's very interesting to look into. I think that after watching the video a couple of times, I agree with you. I don't think it was not saying that he is a demon. I do believe that there was a demonic presence at the concert, though, that could have been as the result of 8 people died, and
Is
I
that
heard
what James
I heard that a child died too. I was talking to my brother about it. I forget how old he said the kid was. I want to say, I think 11 or 8, something like that. But there was a child that died too as well. So it's very interesting. Like I said, we're not calling Travis Scott a demon or anything like that. However, he could have brought demonic features, or anything that was a demon could have been formed while he was performing at his concert.
It was just very scary because when Travis Scott was performing at his concert, you can see on his shirt people walking through a door. It was like a people walking into a different dimension, and then it was three people that were like colored in blue, and then when they walked through the door, they turned red, and then they had horns sticking out of their head. It was very demonic, and I think that the people that sadly the 8 people that died, and then another victim died too, which makes 9 victims who passed away. I just think that what if they went through, they crossed over to the dimension? What if they crossed over to hell? To be honest, it scared me. I freaked out. I literally had to put my phone down for a couple of days and pick up my Bible and read my Bible because I just wanted to get into God's presence.
I don't know if you've seen his album, babe, but like, or his EP or whatever it is, but it looked like a elf or something, or like a elf. I don't know if it was an elf or a wizard. Wizards have sharp ears and pointy ears too,
Hmm.
so it had like pointy ear. The face had a pointy ears, and it said "escape plan," and it just looked unextraordinary, like
Yeah.
very different. I
Mm.
don't know what he's presenting or bringing to the eye. Like I said, I don't know if he is working for the devil or whatever he's doing, but it looks very interesting to look into. If
Did
you
you know
don't,
that's not his real name? Travis Scott, that's not his real name.
no,
His real name is Jackie something.
nope, I didn't know that.
Can y'all believe that? His real name is not even Travis Scott, it's Jackie something. So if you think about it, don't you think that the real Travis Scott could have been cloned and a demon took over his body? Like, that's the stuff that I think about.
Well, I tried to explain to you, babe. This is not the first time that cloning was introduced to us.
Yeah.
For many of you, if you've forgotten, when we was in school or around my time in school, the first time I heard about a cloning was when they cloned Dolly the sheep. When they cloned Dolly the sheep, it was the first time that they introduced the scientists even doing any type of experiment with cloning, and they did it. It was successful. So, like, you got to think about the technology that we have and capable of doing, and they're not showing us everything that
Yeah, they're
they
not.
have capability of doing. So, like I said, I don't disagree with you. I believe that it could possibly be a clone of Travis Scott. Like I said, when you look at people like, for example, Barack Obama. When Barack Obama first went into office, when he became elected,
Yeah.
he did not have gray hair.
Yeah, true.
2 years later, the man had gray hair. You don't get gray hair that fast within 2 years. I mean, yes, you can be stressing, but that's a little suspect. Then they had, what's his name? Gucci Man. He had went to jail. When
Hmm.
Gucci Man was released from jail, he looked different. So that's another person who I think they cloned, and they can say whatever they want to say. The government can say whatever they want to say because they're gonna hide certain information from us. However, if you look really into deep in depth and you look under the blinds and the curtains of what they're trying to hide from us, want us to be blind and want us
Yeah.
to not be aware of what's going on. So we just act like we're living and not worrying about anything. That's how
Mhm.
they want us to live. They don't want you to ask questions. They don't want you to wander or suggest anything. They just want you to live with what we're dealing with, and that's not true.
Let's talk about the portal, though. Do you think that was a real life portal that they opened up into a new dimension?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's a possibility. I think it's quite frankly, it could have been. I'm not going to say yes. I think it could have been. I do think it could have been a possibility that they did open one. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure though. But it could be a possibility that they did open one, and that's another reason why the demons was able to enter, another reason why they had control and they gained control and could have been responsible for the 8 people or 9 people dying. Like I
It
said,
was a ritual.
it's a high possibility.
It
It
was a
is.
ritual, babe. Like 8 people died that night, and then a ninth person. You know what 9 means? Endings and new beginnings. That day, their life ended, and it could have been a new beginning when they crossed over.
Yeah.
And that's scary. And I think that Travis Scott did a ritual, and he opened a portal.
And like I said, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that that you're not anything that you're saying. I'm not saying that it's facts and that you have proven what you're saying. But like I said, the government is going to try to clear up anything that we see,
They're trying
and
to cover it up.
anything we say or we're telling you guys, they're going to say something different.
They're trying to cover it up, babe.
Yeah, that is what the
They're
government
trying to cover
does.
up the truth.
The
We
government,
know the truth. We know that Travis Scott did a ritual, and they took people's lives, and it was a ritual. They got sacrificed.
the government is always going to block information, block the truth because they don't want it to be released.
There's people that are trying to, um, say, "Oh, it was an accident. Travis Scott didn't sacrifice these people." We know what he did. We know what he did. So we cannot allow the enemy to fool us. We cannot be deceived, because do you think that we're living in the end times? Like, do you think that we are living in the last days?
No, I don't. I think that we may be heading there. I don't believe that we are living in the end of time right now.
I think we are.
I believe that the Lord will not allow us to reach to that point because he knows when his time comes. He knows when he has had enough. So no, I do not believe we are living in the last times of our days. No, that's impossible to me because like I said, our God will not allow us to live during those times. So no, I feel that we are heading there, yes, but we are not living in those times. No, that's what I believe.
Okay, so you actually do believe judgment will come?
Yes, of course, judgment will come because the Lord does not like what's going on right now,
Yeah.
and he right now he's not taking authority or doing anything at the moment. He wants to see a little bit more of what is going on, and then once he's had enough, he will
Hmm.
strike. He will do what he is told to do, what he chooses to do, and like I said, a lot of people will go to hell, and there will be a lot of people that will go to heaven, before we go. I just want to let you guys know that's just how I feel. I don't think we are there yet. However, yes, I believe that we are getting close. We are getting closer by the characterization of how people are acting, how the government is always going to do what they do, block out information and tell us everything's okay, but as long as we stay strong and believe in the Lord and we just pray, and try to help each other, we stick together because that's something that we fail in communication.
Yeah.
We can't bind as one. We'd rather take from one instead of binding and help one another out. If we can figure out a way to do that, we'll be in a whole better spot than where we are at right now.
Yeah. And I think that it's I think that we just need to be prepared. We don't know what's coming next, but I think that we just need to stay prepared, and don't allow the enemy to scare us, to fear, But I think that we just need to keep our eyes open and just stay safe. Keep your children, safe. Keep your family safe, because it's getting crazy out here. We keep receiving these what's it called?
These Amber Alerts.
Amber
Yeah, I wanted
alerts.
to talk about that. That's something that is I want to say very disturbing, very
Yeah,
very
alert.
very uncomfortable to be even thinking about. So we have two daughters, and we have one that's 5 and one that's a newborn. So I could only feel how someone else feels to have their child be taken from them, and
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on through the other person's mind who's taking them,
Hmm.
and you don't know where they're at or why they're doing it. So I just want to let all family members know, or all close ones, loved ones, anybody that has children, nieces, nephews, anything that, if they're young, even if they're older, like in their if they're teenagers, keep them close by, or at least know where they are. Call them. I don't care. I'm 25, and I would rather my dad still call me to check on me, and he does, and my grandpa does. You need to check on people. You do not know what they could be going through. You do not know what they are thinking about, or who's trying to take them. So at all times, keep in touch. Call, text. Just make sure that your loved ones are okay, because you do not want to hear the next day that you wake up someone's taken someone that you truly care about,
Yeah.
or anybody. You don't want to
I
wake
don't
up
wish
and
that on nobody,
you want
but
to wake up and hear somebody else's kid has been taken, and that's what's
no.
happening. It's been happening, quite frank, recently, like mainly in Tennessee. Not where exactly where we're at, but we've had a few in Memphis. We've had like two or three.
Tennessee.
I think there was another one in Chattanooga not too long ago.
Yeah.
It's happening frequently, and I don't
We
know
just
what's
need
going
to
on.
stay safe. Please look after your children. If you have kids, just make sure that you're watchful. Okay. Be watchful of your surroundings. Have your own back, because you never know when it's gonna be your last day.